Promise me we stick together.
Family just got bigger.
The Buster brought me back.
What's up, Tush?
What's happening, dude?
Ride or die, remember?
Head and cars.
You don't turn your back on family.
I trust you.
Makes sense.
You be careful.
This is who we are.
I don't have friends. I got family.
Are you serious right now?
Everyone, meet Brian.
Raise the hell of a son, though.
Stay with me. The most important thing in life will always be the people in this room. Salute mi familia.
Salute.
No matter where you are, you'll always be my brother.
What's up, Big Hammock fam? It's your boy, Zach Shear, and as you can see, I've got Travis Cameraman Cecil here, Malcolm the Best Steer in the studio, and the reason for this is I just did a movie trailer review. That's right, another one, and this one here is in the spirit of the 25th anniversary of the Fast and the Furious. And first of all, it was 25 years ago, and this was 2001. I believe it was the summer of 8th grade for me. So I'm 2 years away from getting my driver's license. And these were the coolest cars that I thought I'd seen on TV at the time or on the big screen. Not to mention I'm just 1 year away from high school, right? And then after that, I'm going to be driving. So I'm going to be driving on my own. And I can remember, getting to high school, there was these, Fast and the Furious cars. Like you had guys that had the spoilers on the back of their car and the, the custom exhaust and, it was a cool time back then, right?
Yeah, I was one of them.
I brought you guys in on this because I watched this trailer and I just started going all in on my headspace here. And I determined that I could not do this myself. So, I just wanted to basically go down my thought process with you guys and see what your feedback is because there was just, again, so much to go through there. So,
Pause.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Brian O'Connor.
No. So, 25 years ago, this was the genesis. You had the undercover cop get caught up with the criminal, falling in love with the sister, letting the target go, her brother, and all the racing action and drama in between. This was the Fast and the Furious movie. And it got me thinking, right? Should they have stopped there? And for me, the answer is no. And I'll explain later. But I think everyone agrees. The last 5 Fast and the Furious movies have gone far away from the reality of the first one.
Yeah, I agree.
And we're okay with stepping. There are some other fans on the other side of the spectrum that are okay with stepping away from reality. At the while they're watching this movie, Travis is definitely one of them.
Yeah, bro, I'm just a fan.
But going forward, I do want to just kind of go through these Fast and the Furious movies that we had. Obviously, we had the first one, the original. Yeah. And then you've got Too Fast, Too Furious, and again, I was definitely in high school for this one.
John Cena, baby,
and they introduced 2 new characters, Tez and Roman, played by Ludacris and Tyrese. Story was good. Brian was still on the run. They gave him an opportunity to clear his record by going undercover again. And him and Roman had to, put away some drug smugglers. It was the same Fast and the Furious action, drama with the cars, all is well.
It was the first movie in the franchise that had an interlude that connected the first one to the second one.
Correct, right?
Yeah.
So again, I in my mind frame, I'm kind of thinking, where should they have stopped? Right,
First one.
And Malcolm's saying the first one, but I got to tell you, I'm okay with Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah,
and now
My pockets ain't empty, cuz.
at the now
love it, bro.
No.
at the time, Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift really threw a wrench into the franchise.
Hey, that's the best one.
Okay.
Yes
So
and no,
here's-
bro.
That's
That opening scene,
the best
that
one.
drag racing scene, bro, loved it. Come on now.
What,
So-
Tokyo Drift?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best one.
Yeah.
It's the best movie out of all the whole franchise.
I
So
won't call it the best out of the franchise,
It's the
but
best.
it gave
Better
gave
than
you,
the first one, too.
It gave you a different taste.
I thought it was
I
way
definitely
better.
disagree with you about it being the best. I will say this though. It threw a wrench into the franchise. Just, again, Brian Connor, Paul Walker wasn't in it. Vin Diesel wasn't in it. Okay, he was at the end, whatever. He wasn't really in it though,
Yeah.
But fast forward, you learn that it's actually in between the timeline of Fast and the Furious 6 and 7.
Famous retcon.
And now you watch Tokyo Drift, and it's better than what it was when you originally watched it.
Oh yeah. Now I watch it in different orders
Because it's, because
It's-
now that timeline makes sense.
Yeah, I
You
thought
know,
it,
you
I
had-
thought it was actually really good as a standalone movie. I thought
Yeah.
it was
Well,
way better than the rest of it.
here's a little bonus fact for it. The character that played Han, right? Like that's a character outside of another film that came into this film.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
so that character is like ties two movies together.
And that's what I'm saying though, right? Like they legitimately, I feel like they made all right by putting that in between 6 and 7.
Yeah.
I feel like Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift threw a big wrench in the franchise at the time that it came out. And then fast forward as they went on they did Fast and Furious, and then they did the Fast Five, so, and then you find out that it's in between 6 and 7. It's like, okay. And now you watch it in between 6 and 7. It's like, okay, it's good, right? It all makes it all works out.
So let me ask you this. How excited were you when Vin Diesel was at the very end of that film?
Super stoked. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, cool.
But now knowing that he was second place to that character, you know about that, right? Like it was always supposed to be Paul Walker. It was kind of like his return back to the franchise, right? Well, his movie career blew up. He couldn't get in there. So last minute call was to Vin Diesel. That's why you only got him in a few seconds. So there's a lot of Easter eggs, man. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, I personally, again for years was like that one's dumb, and now I've changed my mind on it.
Yeah.
Now back to reality, we get to
Wabaki. I love this movie.
Fast and Furious, and again, not knowing the timeline of Tokyo Drift, we officially get Vin Diesel and Paul Walker back.
Yeah.
We get Han, and we're introduced to Tego and Rico. Those are the Spanish-speaking guys.
Yeah.
They are now running with Dom and Letty. Brian's back in the good graces with law enforcement, and he ends up trying to work up a deal with Letty to get Dom pardoned.
Yeah.
Letty gets killed. Dom and Brian team up to avenge her murder, and it closes out with Dom going to jail and Brian and Mia breaking Dom out. And again, I'm good with this one.
That was such a huge cliffhanger. Like you were like so excited when that movie ended. You were mad that you had to wait another almost 2.5, 3 years before that follow up came.
Yeah. I was good with that one. And then next up was the Fast Five, right? And for me, in my opinion, that's my favorite one because it brought all the star power together. You got Brian, Mia, Vince, Roman, Tez, Tego, Rico, Dom. And who's tracking them? Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah.
One
of the most controversial films.
Yep. They're why is it the most controversial?
Just that beef between, Vin Diesel and the
So
Rock.
I don't know much about that. I do understand that there is
Star power, bro.
Yeah. Well, and we're going to get to that because man, did they just really go star power after this? But you've got them on the run trying to break Dom out. Mia's pregnant. Vince is back. They find a chip in the car. It's got all the data they need for the drug cartel. They decide they're going to take the cartel down, have enough money to be able to live the rest of their lives extradition-free country, and they do it. And in my opinion, it should have stopped there.
Yeah, it could. You could have closed the book on that chapter and really, really been done with it. But it's one of those movies, man. Do you really want that happy ending for these guys?
Well,
is that?
And again, I was good with it stopping there. But again, hindsight's 2020. Knowing what we know now, we didn't have much time left with Paul Walker.
Yeah.
If we would have stopped there, we wouldn't have gotten 6 and 7 with Paul Walker.
Yeah.
And I know we wish we had him for 8, 9, and 10, but here we are. And we also wouldn't have to. We would also wouldn't see Letty come back from the grave.
Yeah.
We would have gotten the timeline correct. We wouldn't have gotten the timeline corrected with Tokyo Drift. And we wouldn't have gotten to see Han die and come back from the grave, and we wouldn't have gotten to see Gazelle die and come back from the grave.
Well, did they? You know, there's a CIA 007 type world.
And we're going to get into that, right?
Yeah.
Because now you fast forward in the Fast and the Furious 6, and again it sees Hobbs tracking down Dom, who's now with Elena, living happily ever after in the country, no extradition.
Yeah.
But Hobbs is coming to Don to get some help with tracking down Owen Shaw, who has Letty working for him.
Yeah.
And we find out Letty lived through the crash. She had brain damage. She doesn't remember who she is. That final scene with the plane on the runway, that was a little bit of a stretch. Now, in this, in the Fast and the Furious 6, we really, really start to go outside of reality with the action.
Yeah, I can't remember from one of the interviews or listening. That scene wasn't even supposed to be in that film, and then I can't remember why they brung it back, but it was supposed to be saved for another chapter, and they was running out of certain ways to make stuff connect, and I think that's why they kept the scene. I could be wrong. Listeners, you can jump on me.
You've got Giselle dying, right? Dom, Brian, Tez, they get Letty back. The whole crew's pardoned. They can go now to the United States. They go back warrant free. Han goes to Tokyo.
Yeah, I mean, he had to after that. He was broken.
Now I think we can, we could have lived happily ever after. And again, could have stopped there. But then we get Fast and the Furious 7. And again, this is where we really start to stretch reality. Number one, Paul Walker died in the process of making this film.
Yeah.
So there had to be some adaptation for that.
Well, he had a lot of it shot. Just some of the action scenes wasn't shot.
Letty and Dom are back home. They go on what was it? The Street Wars that was in the original movie.
Yeah, they brung that back.
We see Hector again.
Yeah.
And we now have Deckard Shaw, the brother of Owen Shaw, seeking out redemption of Owen.
I love Statham.
He kills Han in Tokyo, and then blows up the family's house in the United States. Hobbs is all laid up in the hospital for this one.
Yeah.
You got...
Vin Diesel did him dirty in this. They were like, you know what? Forget this beef. You're staying in a hospital.
You got cars parachuting from planes, cars jumping tower to tower.
Yeah.
This one, again, is a little bit of a stretch for me, but we do get the proper send-off for Paul Walker in the end.
Yeah.
So, again, if anything, we've definitely stretched away from reality. For me, for sure, Fast and the Furious 7... we're done.
Well, let me ask you a question. Because you say you get that farewell send off.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that fit more, like tipping your hat and saying goodbye to somebody who was a part of making that career, or would you rather, because you know the actor passed away in real life, if something tragic would have happened and we'd have really got to say goodbye to Brian's character?
I mean, I think it's both.
That was the ending I was hoping for. Now, don't get me wrong, man. They played that song. He did the head nod, bro. A tear came down, and stuff like that. But if we could have really said goodbye,
I think it achieved
closed
both.
that door.
I think it achieved both.
So you rather realize that he's still alive out there with his family somewhere
in the movie?
Yeah,
in the movie franchise. Yeah.
See, I was looking for the opposite. I was happy with what they gave us. Yeah. But I would have rather seen that part, knowing.
I think it was a nice send off to Paul Walker, the person.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. The car racing Paul Walker and fast car enthusiast.
But then again, the character of Brian still goes on.
It just
and it's not been it's not been in the same, but it is in the back of your head. And they also mention him in the 8, 9s, and 10s. Which again, I think that we definitely. We could have stopped at 5, could have stopped at 6, could have stopped at 7. Definitely should have stopped at 7 because then we get into Fate. I mean, and this one shows Dom turning his back on his family. We find out that he's got a son unknowingly from Elena. Elena gets killed. And I could have gone without this one, but what do you think?
As a fan,
Did you watch any of these?
No, I don't think he got that far. As a fan, I loved it.
I stopped at Tokyo Drift.
The real jump the shark. You got Dom and Letty just cruising out, and all of a sudden he grabs that vine and swings across from mountain to mountain. Like,
So wait,
yeah,
it wasn't all about family in this one.
well, it was. He walked away to protect his family
Yes.
in this. Like everything that he was going up. What's her name? Cyber.
Yes.
Yeah. So he had to face that. Anyone
I
would
mean,
face that
so
alone.
much reality, even with outside the movie. I mean, he sided. He had the Shaw brothers, which they were trying to kill each other in the last two movies. Now they're on the same team.
Yeah.
Like, and again, so she basically made him work for her against his team.
Yeah.
But it was because she had Elena and his son held captive.
Yeah.
So he had to do the job for her to get them out of prison.
And they made it feel
out of
like
captivity.
Dom might never come home. Like he took the necklace off. Like he was saying goodbye to Letty. Like that pain when he walked away, I was like, oh man, are they gonna take Vin Diesel out? It's like this is what it's gonna mean finally. And then, we all know how it plays out. But
So is that it?
no, they're living up to Paul Walker what he asked for.
No.
What do you mean?
Are they still making more movies?
Oh no, we're getting there.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. I told you there's a lot of going on in my head in this review. That's why I wanted to bring you in on this.
Moments later.
Fans are gonna love it, bro.
Then we get Hobbs and Shaw, and I just want to say boo. And I'm a fan of The Rock too. Like I love The Rock. You guys know that.
Yeah, that was them trying to spin it off.
Yeah, but it didn't work
Without
for me.
Vin Diesel's permission?
No, he had the permission for it. It was supposed to, keep that. Well, they had that beef, right? So they didn't want to be on screen anymore. So how do you make two people that's got the biggest fame in the world get along and still be in the same franchise? You give the crybaby his own movie. This is another reason why I'm not a big fan of The Rock. Like,
he was the problem.
He
in
was
the
a
beef?
big problem child on that stuff because if it
He
don't
tried to
go
take
through
over.
it don't go through his production company. They don't make the money that he makes.
Basically,
I could be wrong. Rock, please don't smack me.
Well, I
but,
mean, I can see that because man, my Uncle Charlie will smack him. He smacked him before.
we talked about that story.
My Uncle Charlie's already smacked The Rock, bro. But I can see that because it's what he did to DC, bro. He tried to take over DC with Black Adam.
But I think that we've definitely seen that happen throughout the entire franchise. I mean, look at the star power that they brought in, even since The Rock.
Yeah.
Jason Statham.
Statham. Yeah.
Whatever.
Stratham.
John Cena came in at number 9.
Yeah. You want to talk about plot twist movie? That could.
Yeah. So
go ahead.
No.
We're still on 8. We ain't in the 9.
Because wasn't John Cena supposed to be Jason Statham's brother?
No.
No, he was Toretto's brother.
Yeah.
Oh,
John
Toretto's
Cena's
brother.
Toretto.
Oh, okay.
I'm
can
talking
see that.
good writing because
I can see that.
They went back. Yeah, they went back to that original story that Dom told in that first one, bro.
Yes.
And they played it out right. You got to see Dom with the wrench in his hand, cracking the guy in the head.
Yeah, so you know how in the original movie, Dom is telling Brian O'Connor about how he beat the guy with a wrench and he's kicked out of the track because he killed his dad or whatever in a car crash on the track.
That's how they open.
So they open that scene with that scene in Fast and the Furious 9.
Yeah.
And
So why was him and the brother beefing?
because Dom blamed John Cena, his brother, for his dad's death.
Yeah.
So he turned his back on him.
So
There's
Dom's the bad guy.
Who?
So Dom is the bad. Vin Diesel was the bad guy.
No. He was always he was a good guy, standing up for his dad and all that stuff. But there was some malfunctions with the race car and different stuff like that.
And he blamed his brother for it.
Right, which that'd be a bad guy.
So Dom went to prison for it, and when he got out of prison, he told him, "Hey, I know what you did. Get out of town."
Yeah. And of course, they raced for it. Loser had to leave, bro. That's you get to see,
So John Cena had to leave.
Anyways, keep going.
So I mean, that kind of was the next segue was into number 9. And again, now we've got Hans returning.
Yeah.
Everybody returns from the dead.
I'm telling you,
You have Mr. Hand, bro.
I guess the only one that ain't gonna come back from the grave is Paul Walker's character, huh?
correct.
No,
Well, they're even talking about
No.
doing
He's always. It's always been said to have that happen. so.
an AI deal.
Well, it's not going to be AI. It's going to be his brothers again.
Okay, so
Oh wow.
yeah,
That's
but
why I said I wish we'd have got his character dying, because now we're gonna.
That'd have been rough though. That'd have been rough to the family. If you would have killed the character off around that time that he actually died, that'd be a rough thing to put in.
well, and again, if they support him of coming back to the franchise,
No,
and it's them doing it.
Yeah, and I mean they're not going to say how much, if any. I mean, because they already gave that small little preview. You know, a car pulling up. We never,
So
we did see who got out of the car, but
it was The Rock, wasn't it?
No, I thought
the
it was
end of number 10?
Statham's mom.
Didn't The Rock come back at the very end of number 10?
The little bonus scene, that's kind of tie it all together.
So that's where you come into number 10, Malcolm. They've done Fast and the Furious 10. It's supposed to be the last one, but it's split in 2 parts.
Yeah.
So the first half of number 10 has already been released, and now they're filming the second half of it now.
I will say, Momoa gave one of the best villain characters that I truly believe.
I don't really like him.
I'm huge on the Joker, bro, and it just felt like I got him playing the Joker through this whole entire movie. Like the mannerisms, the way he walked, the way he did, like the way he laughed at the people that he injured and stuff like that. Like you could tell he really studied the Joker.
So
I could be wrong, but that's the vibe I got.
So what would you like to see in this last half?
I mean, I'd love to see. I mean, it's going to be hard to say it, but I mean, it's got to tie up the original story. It's got to go back for me to be excited. Even though I'm a huge fan, it's got to go back to the original roots for me. Mm-hmm. It's got to feel like that.
So Jesse's got to come back. Jesse's the only one that has not came back from the grave.
I mean, I don't know how you're going to retcon all them bullets, but
hey, they didn't hit any arteries or anything. You know what I mean?
It could have been, but I mean, it was
might have just went straight through. He's good.
I mean, they all went straight through, Zach.
So, I mean, I think the only thing that's going to get me excited is if they bring the guy back from Tokyo Drift.
He's been back in number.
Yeah,
I think he's been back in number 8 and 9.
Yeah,
as the main guy.
Yeah, and actually sat at the table with Vin Diesel.
I mean, as the main guy character.
I wouldn't say he's the main character. So he was definitely in number 7 because they pick up right where they after the race at the end of Tokyo Drift.
What a great retcon that was.
Yeah, so they pick up. Or that, and it's cool because it's been 10, 15 years since that movie. So the young kid is grown now. Like you could definitely see that.
And they tried to play it like it was just right after it happened.
They did that. They did that kind of like what do they call that? Where they
de-aging.
Yeah, de-aging.
Yeah, but he's still way older. Like you can just tell. Yeah,
really.
But I mean, it was a good.
But it's cool.
It was a good conversation because they never had that conversation.
Yeah. So he doesn't stay with the group the rest of the movies.
He helps out in certain circumstances, like Lil Bow Wow makes an appearance in these later ones.
So he doesn't become part of the family, like
I wouldn't say that he's like as part of the family, like
on missions or anything.
Yeah,
right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Well, I mean, he did send Ludacris and him to space. He figured out
stupid.
Oh yeah, they went to outer space.
Stupid, Malcolm.
Yeah, and it was because
they should.
That's part of. That's what I'm saying. They should have stopped.
They jumped the shark a little bit
at some point.
Tokyo Drift should have been the end.
But to be fair about that. That was fan service, and I will give it up to everybody involved in that film because everybody, like all kinds of fans, is like,
"What's the next thing they're going to go to space?"
Yeah,
I remember
kept
that.
Pushing it, It was bigger than Save the Snyderverse, and they physically wrote it in there and sent them to space, and they sent the right too. You got Ludacris and Tyrese. Chilling in there.
To me, chilling in
like, I wouldn't say it was as big as Release the Snyder Cut, but it was big.
It was huge.
It was huge.
Huge fan service.
So you want to see everything tie up and just tie to the original.
Yeah, I want to see a good way to send off these characters for the last time. Now, I can't really say the last time because I do know what the spawn-offs are going to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What are they?
So they're talking about bringing like an all-female cast, different things like that, you know how bad them end up happening. But, you know, they did the cartoon stuff on Netflix. We haven't even talked about that.
No, I didn't know they did.
You know, they had the kids and all that stuff, and it was actually pretty good. But, yeah, there are a couple little spawn-off starts that they're...
You could definely see...
They want to keep that universe in there, but the original characters are going to be
You
gone.
could see in 10 that they are trying... They could establish new characters and go another direction.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Vin Diesel even talked about sometimes, depending on where it spawns off, that maybe an original character will come in and out, you know, to kind of show that whole universe is still there. But
So they don't intend on stopping the franchise at all.
well, the Fast franchise is going to be done after this. It's 100% done. It's just
Like the
going to be
OG.
inside their universe. It's just whatever that Fast universe is.
I want to...
Will it go back to racing? Will it just be car thieves?
I want to see Jesse back. He's the only one that hadn't came back.
Yeah, well,
So
I don't think you'll ever get to see that. Okay. If you stop the movie in a certain part on part one, you can always hope. But you know, I did like his character, bro. Yeah. Like I told you before, he's got a huge YouTube channel that actually does documentaries. That him and his film team go out and do for each one of the films and stuff like that. So it was really neat to see that character that way because. You know,
he was the one in the first one that was the real anxiety dude.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's like, cars, just settle me. You know, that kid. Yeah.
All right, listeners. I couldn't do this. This ain't no podcast. All right. All right, listeners.
He's jumping the gun.
All right, listeners. I couldn't do this by myself.
Your side. Where do you want to see it end?
I just told you.
What?
I just want to see Jesse.
That's all you wanted.
I know. I mean,
I do want to see Paul Walker one more time.
You do have The Rock coming back. You know that's going to, you know.
I want to see Paul Walker and his kids. I want to see that Brian character. I want to see some type of embrace between him and Mia before that ends.
I do want to see good closure.
Yeah.
I want to see good closure. So we'll see, you know.
What do you guys want to see out there in TV YouTube land?
Yeah. So
what do you want to see? You don't care.
Listeners,
I do want to see Kurt Russell one more time. Please bring him back.
I didn't like.
We get his daughter. We get everything else.
He
we
was in those movies.
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying,
up on
man.
the Fast and the Furious franchise.
It took a 007 jump.
But here's the thing, though. I'm not into racing. I'm not into any of that.
Well,
so I've never
because
been.
After that, there's barely any racing. There's fast cars.
Yeah. All the cars, all the ones that you missed, there's no racing.
Okay, well,
It's like straight up espionage films. That's what it really turned into when I dub it the race car 007. That's what it is.
Maybe.
I think that's what excites me.
maybe I'll give it a watch. I just was never really. Honestly, Tokyo Drift was always the one that I watched multiple times.
Yeah, which I'm telling you, for me, that
You
was
could
like
literally
that was
start-
the worst one until they.
Yeah, you could literally restart the whole thing and just start from where they just dropped the and then called it Fast and Furious Part 4 and then jump back into it because that's kind of where the racing, that was the last bit of the racing that you saw, and the racing that you got to see was just about heist stuff. So that's where the major action started.
I like a good heist film.
They had some pretty good ones. Bro, that Part 5, you watch that extended cut?
5 is good.
Yeah. And the way they retcon that.
So what do you think?
retcon that.
What do you think is the best one out of all of them?
I'm going with 5.
What do you say, Trav?
I would say where you tied it together 5 and 10.
No, just you pick one. You can only pick one. What is the best one out of all of them?
Let me add 5.
5.
No.
That's good. That brings.
Where's the one? Where was the last one where Paul Walker was the FBI agent that him and Vin Diesel went against each other? No, I'm gonna say before that. I'm gonna say
Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious. That's what
the
I'm
one
gonna
where
say.
Letty gets killed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was back to that him versus Vin Diesel from that first one. And
so you're gonna say Fast and Furious. You're saying Fast 5.
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying Tokyo Drift.
I'm saying Tokyo Drift, bro.
Yeah. Oh, great films.
Yeah.
Well, listeners, as I said, this was for the 25th anniversary of the Fast and the Furious. I watched this movie trailer a couple days ago, and I could not just put my thoughts on a video. I had to bring Malcolm and Travis in on this review get all my thoughts out there. A couple questions for you. Number one, should the Fast and the Furious franchise have stopped at a certain point? Was it Fast 5? Was it, Fast and Furious? Was it Tokyo Drift? Or should they keep going? And the other one is, what are you looking forward to in the Fast and the Furious 10.5? I guess you want to call it 10.5.
Just continuation.
All right. So check us out. We'll see y'all next time.